Tristan does it. Who's going to get this? One goes up. It's not enough. Eliminate. This is so close. Ooh, good shot, headshot. Carrington spray down, doesn't quite get it, he's out.
To another night of the Swiss stage. We're on round 4 and we have an absolute banger round tonight. We've got the pseudo finals with Matt and Andrew happening a little bit later, and don't forget the show match for all those who would like to join. Hit join in chat, just type it out, and then we're going to do another mayhem free for all. But for now, Jono, we've got some mad games here tonight. You excited for it?
I am very excited, Tree, but I think we're just all ready to play. Anyways, I'm just going to walk through that. I just had to dad joke us to start. Please sponsor. Anyways, welcome everyone. Yeah, it's the final round before we have the playoffs and everything. Obviously, I don't know if I have quarters. I believe it's just semi and finals, if I'm not mistaken, with no lower bracket. So you get knocked out, you're out. As you say, we've got a big show match coming up later. We're going to try and hope for another 4v4 mayhem. As you guys saw on Tuesday, it was impossible for myself and try to cast that. But we got through it. The Ari running in, the 1v4 somehow wipes the team. We don't know how that happens, but it does. But try. We got some, as you say, we got some bangers here today. I think someone has to, I think Mankorba has to go through. He has to get a win to go through. He's busy on 2-1, so yeah, he needs to have a win tonight. I believe there are 2 players that are already knocked out of the 0-3. Unfortunately, Kuberan could only show off already 1 match, so just unfortunately had some problems where he couldn't get the other ones. But we will be seeing him tonight, hopefully, on the screen, and yeah, maybe he can play a little bit of upset here. The top don't really need to play seriously. They can just mess around. They've already made it through. But they can play upset to the lower bracket. So at the bottom, people are basically fighting for their tournament life here, whereas the top can just pretty much chill. So it's going to be an interesting night before the playoffs next week. And I want to ask you, Try, the first game, who do you think's taking it?
Yeah, so in the first game, we're going to be having Damien versus Jan here. And Jan's match last week was super convincing against James.
Yeah,
the Trinity into the Mumu. It wasn't just like, oh, this isn't close. It was just, he was just so confident. He didn't hesitate in making decisions. He was like, that tower's going to die if I walk up to it. And he made a decision, he stuck to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm actually leaning towards Jan because I kind of feel like he is this wild card, this unexpected opportunity. Damien's had quite a rough run through the tournament, and I think he's really looking to not just prove himself in this match, but fight for his tournament run. He wants to get to the playoffs. He wants to prove himself. So this is going to be quite an exciting match, I think, as both players are going to be pushing really hard to get into the next section. And we're actually going into games shortly. So we have some bans already between the two of them. Damien banning out Trindamir.
There it is. We were expecting that.
We were expecting that. He also banned out the Vi and the purple thing. Now, I want to make an assumption. Oh, there it is. Volkos. Yes, he banned out Volkos. Big surprise. And then from there, with Jan, we've got Kat and Akali. Kat last week with Andrew, very, very powerful. So
very interesting match, actually. I think the Carly could have taken that one, but just a little bit of mechanical errors. Exactly. It was, but the little bit of mechanical errors by the Carly, I feel like just a little bit more refined sort of skill, if I can put it that way without saying it that way. Maybe mechanics is the word I was looking for. you would have actually won that game. And it was actually a surprising upset, I would have said. You would expect the Katarina to take that. And we have immediate lock-ins here. Try Ornn versus an Olaf. I wonder if this was talked about previously, because they didn't even take a second to like do anything.
I think we know why this happened.
We have an issue.
This is an all
We need
random
to fire
setup.
the person to put the game together. Sorry, people. We have a pseudo mayhem game going on here when we shouldn't. We're just going to take a little break and just fix this little issue. I apologize for that.
I don't even know if we need to step away for that one. I think they might fix it immediately. Let's just check in with the team. That's quite yeah. That's
Yeah.
we didn't change those lock-ins, right?
Yeah, I was like, that was way too quick. And why are there bands sitting at the top? It was a little bit weird, but yeah. So we're just gonna fix that little issue here, so we can actually get the proper 1v1.
It looks like they're sticking with it. I think they kind of wanted the randomness. I'm not sure. They don't seem to be canceling. So yeah, let's go to. Let's give it a second. I just want to answer. I don't want to go to a gap here and then find that we're actually going ahead with the game. So.
Yeah, it was just great production value all around.
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
Like, honestly, we're hitting it out of the ballpark here on this Thursday night. So I think everyone's just having a little bit of a day. And yeah, we're gonna just see what's going on here. But try. Regardless of this little mishap, we saw a ban for Vel'Koz. We saw that Vel'Koz do pretty well, but that was only against that Rammus, if I'm not mistaken, in like the earlier part. It was even round 1. He wasn't versing a very strong character, a very strong player, so I don't see why the Vel'Koz was necessary.
Yeah, look, Vel'Koz is just really strong though. Like, if you're afraid of facing a poke champ, and I gotta be honest here, while Damien's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination, he has struggled against poke throughout this tournament. So it makes sense to me that he wouldn't want to face that in essentially what is the do or die for him right now.
Yeah, but it does look like we're going to get a little bit of a remake. Yeah, we apologize for the delay. So Triton and I will just keep you guys amused as best as we can while we wait for the action to persist.
No, I don't know Shadow Puppets, my bad.
Shadow puppets?
Yeah, like the hand thingies, I don't know.
Okay, well, I've got a ring light going on here, we can try something, but I don't know if it's very PC. It's kind of not safe for work, so I'm not gonna...
Yeah, no, there's one rule about stream. No matter what you do, you don't stand up. No standing up. So,
no, you don't stand up, okay? Not allowed to see anything below the
We're
the
never
chest,
allowed to prove whether or not we're actually wearing pants. So I'll leave that with you, stream.
Yeah, but now we got...
We're adults.
Sorry, we're adults here. I'm all above the age of 25, we promise you.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. We saw the Vel'Koz ban, the Tryndamere ban, so interesting to see what the players will actually choose instead of being forced by the video game
random,
here.
Yes.
Yeah, the randomness. So we are going to get into this. We know what our bans are. We know what we're going to... What are we expecting out of Volth and Pelizia? What are we guessing that they're going to play? Because I feel like Volth has done well with the mages, and Peters has done well with more melee focus, more attack champions.
I think all in all, Damien's done better on the ranged champions, but he felt more confident on his melee champions. And now so? I know a little bit of inside information. So the inside information I know is that there's one champion that I know he does better at than the Akali, because Akali is one of his comfort picks. He was just scared to pull it out earlier, and I'm very keen to find out if this man goes Riven. Yeah,
well, I wouldn't have expected a Riven. I think I saw him play that once or twice, but you don't really expect to see a Riven in a 1v1. It does make perfect sense. She's a lane bully if you put her in the top lane in the 5v5s, but I don't really see her doing too well in a 1v1. She can be countered very easily by most champions. A stun and they're useless. A brand being hovered over here by Damien versus the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser makes perfect sense. He's a bully. You can't really fight him 1v1. He's got his ult to just absolutely destroy anyone that
his ulti's
comes
already
close.
it's already a 1v1.
Yeah, and it buffs him. It makes him stronger.
I get that. I just feel like the ulti, half of it, the value of it's missing because it forces a 1v1 situation, but this is already guaranteed 1v1. I like it.
Yeah, they're really taking their time to think here.
They're double checking their notes. I gotta be honest, that Brand is such a solid pick. He's so terrifying in this 1v1.
Mana hungry though.
Very mana hungry, but if you don't have... the swap.
Okay, very indecisive here. Okay.
17 seconds next. I don't know.
Okay, he's locked it in. Jan has locked in the Mordekaiser.
The Brand going to be locked in. At least in Hover, I don't know if I like it. I love the Brand. Because, okay, so I was taking a look at this Brand's AoE on the expansion. There it is. The expansion of his flames goes all the way from the front line of the creeps to a little bit past the back line. And so if you're constantly getting burnt, I don't know if you're going to have a good time playing against Brand.
Yeah, the Mordekaiser can get poked out here. I see what you're trying to go with here, but I feel like he can just wait, pay patient, wait for 6, press R, and win the game. Like, it's I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge here for Mordekaiser, but it all comes down to the player mechanics, the player skill, how they want to play the game. Brand, great poke champion. Not a lot of damage in the early game. He does require some items to really be...
Oh, he's got the electrocute. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, that's like an auto attack, 2 abilities. It's a good idea, as well as he has his passive to help with just the damage through. But like I said, he does require items to really do anything. Where the Mordekaiser can just play it safe, wait for 6, and be happy with a free kill almost.
Yeah, I don't know. Chat, let's hear what you have to say. Who do you think is going to win, Mordekaiser or Brand? Let's not even vote for Jan Damien. I think they're pretty evenly matched. I am going to vote for Brand personally. Jono, safe to say you're voting for the Mordekaiser?
Yeah, I'm leaning Mordekaiser in this 1v1. I don't see any way where this Mordekaiser should lose, but I've been wrong before, and they're going to just show a little bit of respect here. Touch gloves. Get acquainted with each other, see each other's items, and yeah, some great respect here. The Mordekaiser, a little bit of an interesting choice here, going for Guardian's Orb.
Yeah, and
if anyone knows what that is, it's a mana item on a Mordekaiser.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. He's probably just going for like the armor and the sort of regen opportunity. I don't know. I don't know if it affects the health that he can get there.
There's no armor, or it's an AP item with some health, and then it restores mana on like kills. So it doesn't make sense on the Mordekaiser, and he's actually already going to go in. Yeah, does get the passive proc. Brand Volt there, forced to flash away. So interesting start here. They do trade each other a little bit well there, but the Mordekaiser does have that second proc on his shield, and that does allow for some healing. So he can really get some good sustain going on here, but the Brand, not a fight you want to take early.
Seeing a little bit more respect coming out of Damien here, where he's been a little bit more aggressive. He's now respecting that bush coverage with any of the potential lack of vision. And he's just going for the farm and the sort of poke game. But you can see he's coming with a tier. He has a plan. He does not want to fight. He wants to do the poke and the farm. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's already ahead of farm significantly at this stage. Yeah,
and this is where that sort of W-E combo that you're talking about, where the expansion on his E comes into play here for the Brand. He's already poking the Mordekaiser a little bit here, but you see, that's the problem with Brand. He needs items to really do damage. There he hit him with the spell, but I feel like it did like 50 damage, if even that. Hits him, follows up with the Q. He's doing well with the poke here, but... still a lot of work to be doing. The Mordekaiser likes to wait for 6. He knows he's not in any danger right now.
Oh, they already have it.
But yeah, we actually started. He's actually going to go into it. He gets the ulti proc. There it is. Now Volt in a world of hurt. It comes down to this, but he does get taken out by the tower. And Mordekaiser goes down. We get a trade 1-for-1.
Yeah, good one for one. And if you didn't see, Brand also got his ult off there, and with the close range, he got a bit of the bounce extra damage out there.
Yes.
So I like this for Brand quite a lot, because now he gets an opportunity to get some items for damage. Unfortunately, he's gone for more mana, which I like.
No such thing
I
as
like
too much mana.
Mods build more. It's for early haunting guys.
Yep.
So yeah.
See, that's the sort of starter item that I expected Mordekaiser to use here. Not the mana item, but I mean, to each their own. He traded 1 for 1. He can wait for his ult to get back here, and he probably could kill Brand again. I mean, if he gets a good E on him, gets him close, he can really end the game here. But Brand needs to play safe. Brand needs to poke. Brand needs to make sure this Mordekaiser is as low as possible, pretty much at all times, because he has the sustain, he has the 1v1 capabilities. It's very difficult for the Brand to come out on top here. The only reason he really killed Mordekaiser in that previous fight was because he took, I think, about 6 or 7 tower shots.
Yeah, there was a lot of tower shots there, but also one thing I don't think we got to see. The flash definitely went off for Mord, but I don't remember him using it to get in range. He closed that gap and then kind of just ultied. So I think he might have tried flash to get away from the tower, but not much you could do there. I don't remember when he used it in that fight, but he can flash ult, and I don't think Damien's going to be prepared for this. So I think this is definitely leaning in the favor of Mord as he starts to take a bit more damage here.
Oh, does take a lot of poke damage. But yeah, Brand is doing exactly what I expected the Brand to do, was just stay at range, make sure he gets the farm, because I mean, he is up by 11 farm. He is leading in that department, but we still have yet to see a game where someone wins by farming out.
Yeah, here it comes.
And I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon. The Brand knows that he's in trouble here if he allows the Mordekaiser close. He can really play the long game here. I think Volt is in danger zone. I think if he loses this, I don't know if he's knocked out. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I think he had access to the bracket there.
Anyone who's at this point in the brackets,
is that
if they don't have 2 wins, I think they're out. So good damage there again. Getting those farms. I really expect a flash forward here out of Yan. But I think he's a little bit nervous as well.
Oh, here he goes.
Good, solid decision making there. Patience and discipline is the new version of Damien that we're seeing here tonight, and I think Brand is working in his favor.
Yeah,
gives him more range.
He really does want this one try. He really wants to come out on top, but he's doing exactly what he needs to do here, poking the Mordekaiser out, making sure he doesn't get any of those W procs to heal back some of this health. And if Mordekaiser ever goes in, he's going to be low. He's going to be in a danger zone. So this is pretty much anyone's game, I would say right now. He does have access to the Ignite again. He does have his ult again, flash available, except for the Brand. But again, Brand is happy to play this long game, and he's absolutely doing a brilliant job here at keeping that Mordekaiser at bay.
Yeah, I will say that Jan is still playing fairly confidently. He's not afraid. There's still a long time for that farm game. We haven't seen the farm game go past 60. And so as Brand makes it to the halfway mark to the 100 CS potential victory, probably the slowest opportunity for a win, I think he's waiting out for a mistake to happen.
Yeah, I mean, this, like I said, when I say it was anyone's game, it'd pretty much be one mistake and you're done here. But I think even if the Mordekaiser does get the stun on the Brand, while he procs that electrocute and just doing exactly what he needs to, keeping this Mordekaiser low, he's still in that danger zone of getting close to him and getting actually taken out. And there it is. There it starts. Does he get the ring? He is able to, but he's taking a lot of damage from this Brand ult. And actually, he has to retreat. Mordekaiser in a world of pain here. If he's not able to get away, he could go down. But Brand trying to chase him back, not able to get him. And Mordekaiser walks away. That was very, very dangerous.
Yeah, and I think that could have gone either way. And I'm very impressed with the level of discipline coming out of Jan, not to just panic commit, and Damien also not pushing too hard, because we've seen a lot of aggression under a tower when you didn't need it. So yeah. Look at this. That's
a lot of damage. There. You might actually go down.
So much health. It's not going to die there, but he's certainly going to go down to like the next couple pokes.
But now this is just like... This is just a death, very, very slow death here out of the Mordekaiser. He's got nothing left in the tank. No flash, no ulti, low health. The Brand is in so much, he's in such a powerful position here. He doesn't need to dive him. He doesn't need to do anything risky. He can just focus the tower. He's actually going to do it. Now he takes a double hit. Okay. Unnecessary trade there from the Brand. Does work in Mordekaiser's favor. He is taken down to half HP, but He's still in control. Yeah, a little bit dicey there, but still in control. This can change in a split second.
It's kind of what I was expecting to see,
Oh,
especially
no.
with the burn damage here. But the ulti goes off. He flashes out. That's
He
a
might
lot
burn
of
out.
damage. He might go down. He's gonna have to heal to try and stay in this game. This is nail biting at this point because 66 easily the highest farm we've seen in this tournament so far. But that is not enough health to survive a Maud engagement, and that ulti is coming up soon.
Oh, he's gonna get the heal too. No, this is
Yeah.
great. This is now the problem that the brand has caused. You did not need to fight him under the tower there and take unnecessary damage. Just a little bit of poke here and there, slowly whittle his opponent out. But Volt has put himself in a little bit of an awkward situation. Damien, that is on the brand. Almost gets the heal. There's Mordekaiser just
zoning.
barely out.
Good zoning out of Damien.
Brilliant W. To keep him at bay. But now he's sort of created an issue where he was in complete control of the situation, but a couple of misfights, a couple of bad decisions had put Mordekaiser back in this game.
And that ulti's on, so Mordekaiser is looking for his opportunity. He doesn't have the flash, but he's got the ignite. They both have ignite. And the ulti is up for Maud, and if Damien is going to play the smart game here, he's not going to pick that fight. He's going to wait for his own ulti, and maybe even just use it for wave clear at this point, because he's significantly ahead. He's got the farm game in the bag.
Yeah, as we have a very close game here, Try. It's 75 farm to the brand. He's nearing that 100 mark. He might be our first game where we get the 100 farm. Still more poke on the Mordekaiser, and this is a very interesting play out of both players. Yeah, Mordekaiser knows what he has to do, but he can't really do it because the brand is just absolutely keeping him away.
Look at that mana, like Damien's spamming, but he's mana happy with that tier.
It was smart. His build was very intelligent, going for the tier, going for the full mana,
That's a
going for the
lot of
Guardian's Orb. He knows that his game was to poke here. He's playing absolutely wonderfully in a matchup where
has
I
his flash?
believed he shouldn't have won. This is not a matchup that Brand wins, but he's playing the 1v1 to absolute perfection here. 18 farm difference here. Brand still in control. Does take a hit. There's another one there from the Mordekaiser. Is able to heal back, but Mordekaiser needs to do something here. Or he might actually just lose just to farm alone. He's got, 12 farm to go. Sorry, 22 farm to go, and he could lose this.
He's zoning out Brand now. The Brand knows he's in trouble because he does not have nearly enough health to take this fight. Maybe that'll help him here, but his flash is on cooldown, and he's doing the smart thing here. Mordekaiser's getting some opportunity to
He's playing
get back.
so safe.
Yeah, and wouldn't you in this situation?
100%, I would.
Listen, the Brand goes down to that Maud ult here. I don't think the Maud is getting super healthy, and that flash. I'll tell you what he was trying to do there. He was trying to fake a flash. He was trying to flash into the bush.
I think he was trying to catch the Brand unawares there, but I think he's just seeing ghosts as to where Brand may be and just flashes into nothing. But it was an adventurous play. I'll give it to him. I see the idea. We all see what he wanted to do. It just unfortunately did not pan out for him. And the Brand now is in control. I think 2 more waves and the Brand could win. He does get the ulti. Both of them get their ulti off, and unfortunately it doesn't help the Mordekaiser whatsoever because he's camping under that tower and helping him so much. Brand has just absolutely walked over the second death here, or the second kill potential. He knows that the Mordekaiser danger. He doesn't have the ult. That gives Brand complete control over the situation, and now Mordekaiser has to come up with something to deal with this, and you can see he's trying to get aggressive, trying to get an angle on that Brand. Almost
so
lands the pull, but the Brand is just distancing himself absolutely perfectly here. He's on 86 farm try. This is getting close.
Yeah, this is the closest we've been. 87, 13 away from victory condition on CS. The towers aren't looking too healthy either, but Mordekaiser now getting a little bit desperate, stepping forward, trying to catch Brand out, trying to maybe get that little
Safe.
the grab onto him, and Brand knows it. He knows he's got the win condition. He just every time walks forward, he takes that step back and does what little damage he can. Now Maud could go back, grab that health proc, but then he opens up for Brand to get some farm. And so he's stuck in a terrible situation at this point. He needs to counter farm.
This is just wonderful from Brand. I have to give it to to Damien here on this brand. He's just absolutely zoning him, making sure that he's not in any danger whatsoever. Even though he was in the driving seat for most of this second part of the game, he does manage to get the pull off, but he doesn't have the ult to follow up. Does take the turret hit and a brand ulti. He's got the passive proc on him. It's going to proc. Is he going to go down here? Oh, so close, but it doesn't matter. The brand needs 5 more farm. Try. Are we about to get excited about how well this man is farming? He's got 2 farm left.
We're about to have the potential, some might say, the worst win condition, and I gotta be honest, this is probably
the most boring one,
the best way to have seen it happen, because the discipline from both players has been fantastic. But more so, Mord came back in a situation where he was definitely out of the game, and I think that might be a forfeit. Or maybe
no, it was just a slight disconnect. He is back. Back. Sorry about that, everyone.
It is too farm. The game is set. There's no ways Mord can stop this. But he lost the game about 8-10 minutes ago, where he had no HP, and then he dragged himself back into this game to the point where the CS is significantly different at this point, 20 farm. But for a ranged brand going into a Mord, that CS, that's pretty good. That's what you would expect to see in lane. So he's been very good about the discipline he's exercised here.
But we can call it a boring victory. It's a victory nonetheless. The brand is in complete control. He just has to wait for this minion wave to crash, and he has absolutely won it. He knows he has no issue here. He has one more farm to go. Flash out of Mordekaiser. A last Hail Mary thrown at the brand, but it's not going to do much for him. He just has to get a farm here. He doesn't have to worry. The minion's gonna burn out, and Brand takes. Damien takes our first ever 100 farm victory.
Beautiful, beautiful discipline out of Damien. Not the way most people would like to see a win happen, but I gotta be honest, I like it. I really enjoyed that.
It was.
The discipline coming out of Damien. In situations where he's been a bit more aggressive, been surprised, in situations he didn't think he'd lose. He's had a tough tournament run, and here, fighting for his opportunity to stay in this league and keep it going, he just patiently sat back, took the opportunity to push the farm, took the opportunity to burn down Mord's health bar, and he got a little aggressive under the tower at the end there, but immediately stopped, tempered, took a step back. I've been saying since the beginning, people are too focused on getting the creeps immediately, trying to get that farm, instead of just taking a step back,
playing it slow
and chill. And that's what we got to see here. It worked for him. Absolutely worked for him.
Yeah, but as much as we can talk about how Damien did really well, I think actually the Mordekaiser kind of gave him the victory as well. Just mistimed ults, not landing the E, flashing when unnecessary, and I actually saw him miss a lot of farm. I have to unfortunately give that to him. He could have actually farmed a lot. He zoned out the brand brilliantly. He really kept him at bay for those last, I think 5 or 7 minutes. Exactly, and the brand could not walk up whatsoever out of fear, just being ulted and being absolutely just blown up. But I feel like the Mordekaiser lost a lot of farm there. I know we're complaining about someone not farming in a 1v1, but that is a winning condition. It is something you have to do to win, and I feel like he was too focused too much on the brand, where he could have actually brought a lot of farm back and maybe harassed him on the tower a little bit, threatened something there, or forced the brand to maybe miss a couple minions, but unfortunately just missed too many, and then the brand just won just out of sheer, I don't know, IQ. He was brilliant. He played that really, really well. He was very smart.
Very well. Kudos to Damien. Well played, Tian, despite all the praise we have here for Damien tonight. But we're going to go to a short break, and then we'll be back with the next game. Don't go anywhere. back from the break. So I just wanted to take a moment here to, before the next match gets started, we're going to have Tristan versus MQ. I wanted to take a moment just to go through our standings. So Urban X at the moment, 12 points, ahead of First Aid by 2 points. Captain, Lord Commander of the networking side of the business must be super proud there. Those two departments standing on top. And then Advanced Technology and Marketplace coming in at 8th place, with First Digital tied with them not 8th place, so 8 points. And then AVAC, Jan, kind of representing both AVAC and internal IT. So
Nice.
Jan reckons he unfortunately had a little bit of a internet connection issue there, so that's why he was struggling, which makes sense why he was missing some of the CS, and the disconnect. So guys, if you're not aware, Urban X, they're great. And if you think the stream quality is great, then take a look at Urban X, because I think we're both on Urban X now, so something to consider.
Next month.
Next month, let's go online. Okay. I am very happy with the departments showing here. They've really been fighting hard to get representation, and we're just kind of waiting on MQ to join this match with Tristan. Tristan gave the first death to Matt last Tuesday, and MQ had a pretty confident win on his birthday. Who do you think is going to win this match?
I'm going to give it over to Tristan, just because he made the god bleed. I feel like he should be able to win and get a matchup like this. Obviously no shade to Mankorba. He's a very decent player. He knows what he's doing, but I feel like Tristan just has that edge, and maybe has a bigger champion pool, bigger champions that he can play in the sort of 1v1 scenario, whereas Mankorba wouldn't. And that's the thing. I call him Macabre. I'm just going to call him MQ from now on. Apologies. Jono and his classic misuse of names is great. But yeah, I'm going to give it over to Tristan. Yeah, but what sort of champions do you think we're going to be seeing here tonight?
I don't think there is a world where anyone...
We can guess.
No. Where anyone lets Tristan get Bobby Bear. I think that's safe to say. I can't remember. Who did he... Oh, he played Zahen. I don't think there's a world where he gets Zahen again either.
Maybe not.
So I'm very keen to see what Tristan picks. He seems to have a deep champion pool. Goes along with his deep personality, and
bro, that's so deep.
Yeah, no, thank you. And I don't know. I think Tristan's sort of the... If I called Jan the wild card, Tristan's my actual other wild card in this tournament. The one I've been very excited to see his matches, because I never know what to expect with them. And MQ, I think he's been going for more of the safer picks, especially putting out Bell cards. What did he play into the Malphite? Do you remember?
Which Malphite? The one on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Bro, you hitting me with a blank here. I think it was the Syndra, was it not? No, it was not the Syndra.
No, I can't recall.
Oh, sorry. We'll pull up that game, or we'll remember later. But as you were saying.
Yeah, so he's gone for more poke champions, and if Tristan's going to go with his usual no bans, I'm expecting to see MQ get whatever he wants, whether he wants to go for that Yasuo pick, whether he wants to go for the Volcons again, and maybe after seeing the brand, maybe he has his own spin on the brand.
It was the Nexus. Thank you for that, and really appreciate it. No, that was weeks ago. That was a week or two ago.
I don't recall who...
We're talking about Tuesday's game, because there was 2 Malphite games. I know you guys remember the 2 Malphite games. It was the players who weren't they were still new to League of Legends, so they don't really know. They don't really have a big champion pool, as well as champions that they know. But there was a game Tuesday where the Malphite played against someone. We can't remember who.
Just don't remember the champion.
The champion. I mean, yeah. But we are just going to wait for MQ to get in here, and...
I think we're actually going to move on to another match while we wait. MQ's got some client issues as the league is showing him as offline, so I think he
Classic League, Classic Riot.
He needs to clear cache, restart, all the good stuff. So we're going to go into the Aussie versus Hendrick game. So we're going to give that a second. We're going to go to a short break while they get set up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in probably 2 minutes.
is it recording? Step your game up.
Alrighty, everyone, we're back just in time to ruin the music. Sorry about that, chat. We actually have our match here between Ozzy and Hendrik ready to go. We have some bands out of Hendrik. Oh yeah, we remembered. We remember.
Jono, yes.
Who was it? Who did you play?
It was the Heimerstinger.
Heimerstinger. Oh dear, you did that to me on a Thursday. That's payback. I deserve that. Anyway.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
Ozzy...
it was the Heimerdinger going against the Malphite, and unfortunately the Malphite couldn't really do anything. He had the opportunity to press R, if I remember correctly, but we think he didn't have it. He might have mispicked something else, and then unfortunately couldn't do much. Yeah, and then the Heimerdinger just walked over him, turrets blasted him to Hell and Garden, and then, yeah, he lost the game.
So, here we have Hendrik banning out the Malzahar. We got him, that was it actually, he wanted to ban nothing else. Ash, Vel'Koz, and Darius being banned by Ozzy. Graciously not banning the Malphite. I think he would probably be booed out of the league if he did.
Yeah, it's like the only champion the guy knows. You can't ban that, guys, come on.
But I'm looking forward to Hendrik's growth here. From the first night, you could see that he was very new, very fresh, and you've still been seeing that throughout the tournament. But I think this Tuesday we saw a marked improvement. He was starting to string together strategy and prep. So I think the evolution of the league.
Yeah, but this is something that's beautiful about FT Nexus, about these internal sort of plays, because I don't know if anyone remembers the Valorant tournament or if anyone was involved in that is here in the chat and here with us today. But a lot of people actually came back to Finger at the end of the games, and he's like, wow, I actually like this game. I actually want to play it. I actually want to try and get good at it. And this is exactly what these tournaments bring out, is that these people want to experience the game. They want to actually play something they've never played before, even though it's in a competitive setting and it's not the great way to start the game. It is how people get appointed or anointed in sort of understanding how it works, and then actually wanting to spend some free time and playing the game and enjoying it and finding a love for something they've never even heard of, and that's something that happened with Valorant. Was a lot of people came back to Fingers like, we actually like this game, we actually want to play together, we actually want to have fun, we actually want to experience it and get better at it. And that's the great thing about this, is we might see Volk in couple months actually dominating if he keeps playing and he actually enjoys it. So this is where it begins. This is where the spark starts, and I cannot thank FT Nexus enough for bringing this about in an internal fun little environment.
Yeah, and one of the things, like you mentioned, that 100% there people have been coming back, and I've been hearing stories of people who maybe didn't play it before or have picked it up, and now they play it and they're trying to get ranked, and they're really enjoying getting better. So we're getting ready to go into our match here, just readying up on the players, and I've been suitably informed that a new champion rotation has occurred for this week, and Hendrik may have a new first love to bring to Summoner's Rift, aka ARAM Howling Abyss, instead here tonight.
AKA, also known as, apparently, Summoner's Rift doesn't exist, it's called Howling Abyss. Nothing else exists. Yeah. We're going to see what Volk brings out here. We are expecting the Malphite, of course, but it all depends on him, and he is hovering the Caitlyn. Interesting. Do you think Zalatos thinks he's going for Malphite?
I think Ozzy likes to focus a lot on the thinking game, making the choices before the game begins, planning his build, planning what he's going to do, what combo of abilities. The way he's spoken to me one-on-one has been articulating what his plan has been, and then where we've seen his downfall is that the ability to actually execute it. And if we see another Heimerdinger, we got another Heimerdinger into the Caitlyn, and you know what? I feel that Caitlyn's a really strong pick into Heimerdinger, being able to take down the turrets. I just don't know if Hendrix got enough of that experience and game sense to be able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, Caitlyn has the highest attack range out of any of the ADCs, I think, in the pool. If anything has been added, I apologize if that's
can't remember.
Late game Tristana, yes, but from the beginning. Let's go into semantics. They do have naturally the longest attack range.
Correct. The best
technically correct. Yeah. So Volt does have a very big opportunity here to actually take down this Heimerdinger just out of range alone. I mean, Heimerdinger needs to get a little bit of close and personal to make his turrets worth it. And you actually get, you can correct me if I'm wrong as well. I don't think you get experience from killing his turrets, but you do get like 5 gold or 2 gold or something,
you get 5
something
gold
stupid like that.
And you can get like lifesteal, but no experience.
Yeah, we're not expecting lifesteal in the beginning of this game anyway, so I don't know if you can really prioritize that. But
I will call you out on famous last words in a moment.
Okay, we'll see if he buys it.
Laugh.
If he buys it, I'm just gonna not make any calls in the future. But ultimately, Caitlyn has the upper hand in this sort of 1v1, but Zalatos has the Ozzy has the experience. Sorry, and again, he's a new player. He's only ever really played Malphite. He has said that that's a champion that he wants to learn, wants to get better at, and wants to be able to play it at a competitive level. So this, I don't think it's the first time he's played Caitlyn. Maybe he picked her because he's played her before and likes her. But he's going to really have to bring his A game here against Ozzy if he wants to basically defeat a Heimerdinger. And we have a little bit of a pause going on for the disconnection of Volk.
Yeah, so this usually takes a hot second to fix, so let's give it a moment here. But while we're waiting for that to resolve over there, what are you expecting out of the next sort of matches? Because we've got Matt and Andrew later this evening, as a sort of
that's the
main event. Let's be honest. That's the pseudo finals before the pseudo finals.
That's the title fight, pretty much, or a pseudo title fight, if you want to call it that. Those are the 2 players that we are expecting to basically take it to the end.
Yeah, so those are the players we're expecting to see in the finals. What do you expect to see from them here? Do you expect them to try and trial a champion or two to test the waters against what the other player does, or spoiler alert for those who may not know, Matt and Andrew are brothers, so I think they may already have a good amount of experience playing against each other.
Yeah, they've already know each other pretty well with champions they're going to go with, the styles that they're going to play. But I mean, you can put it this way: they can either take it in 2 forms. They're going to take it as a way of they're already on the in the playoffs. They already know that they've made it, so there's no reason to really try hard. They're not really upsetting each other because they both got the 3 wins, so they're both through. This is not going to change anything by a win or a loss from either of them. So they could just either mess around, or we could actually see a very, very try-hard match. One, because they're brothers. Brothers always competitive. I like it.
I'd love to see the competitive.
Exactly.
Sending a message.
But also, yes, that's the other thing, is I beat you once, I can beat you again. So you got that sort of mental, we can call it momentum, going through into the next game when they play against each other again, which most likely will be the finals. It's like, I beat you, I can beat you again. So it all depends on the champions they pick, the way that they play, but I don't think they're going to be funny about it. I do think they're going to go try hard.
Yeah, I would love to see even like the double bluff going on, where you pick something that seems like a good pick and then you make some obvious mistakes, or at least not obvious mistakes, kind of bait the final potential pick and say, well, I'm going to pick this again, and then someone's like, well, I know to beat that, and suddenly you baited it out. So I'd love to see that sort of 3D chess almost. But we're going to go to a short break while we wait for the technical difficulties here to be fixed. Hendrix is trying to reconnect, so we'll be right back after this video. back he races as Caitlyn booms away into mid and gets ready to fight that Heimerdinger. And what's that, JD? Do I see lifesteal?
Yeah, I think he was listening to the stream there. That's the only way, or someone told him to go lifesteal just to mess with me. I'm telling you now, who the hell starts Vampiric Scepter? I'm sorry, I'm calling BS. No ways.
You know what? I think someone just... everything is right in the world when I get to prove you wrong on stream.
We've reached balance. The stars have aligned, the planets are together. That's what's happening.
I kind of like it. We just saw the farm game. Remember last week Tuesday when we got, or last week Thursday when we got to see a sort of evolution of the meta, as it were, where everyone started going for the towers. Maybe we get a bit of an evolution here where everyone's going for the CS victory. Now the Caitlyn not in a great position to be tanking a cannon tower and a bunch of Heimerdinger
just
abilities.
taking a lot of damage here. He's giving the Heimerdinger full rain here,
Yeah,
but I think he got it disconnected. I don't know.
No, not disconnected, but maybe just trying to focus on the farm game and getting used to the newer champ. What you will find, I think, is that he is more comfortable when he has that opportunity to get going. And especially with new players, last hitting with the champion after you've played it a few times, you're always used to when you're late game with a couple items and you've been practicing trying to get used to the character, and you go do your last hit and you're almost two-hitting every creep because you've got 6 items. That's not going to happen here at the first level.
Oh no, walking into danger as the Caitlyn is going to get taken down. Heimerdinger just didn't have to really do anything, but I think he disconnected again. Just unfortunate issues from the Caitlyn, not having great connectivity. Volk struggling a little bit. I feel like that's what I saw previously as well. He's trying to farm, but might just be having internet problems here. And unfortunately, I think the Aussie's just going to capitalize.
Yeah, Aussie patiently taking opportunity there. Caitlyn, yes, absolutely did disconnect, but that decision to step forward was an intentional one. And the disconnect wasn't that long. So Hendrik has reconnected. One of the things he said to me, like he phoned me the day or two before the stream, or the Friday before the stream, and he's like, so what's this about? Because I think I might just try and fix my internet at home and install the game and go. And I was like, you go for it, King. And here we are. And I guess maybe he got the game installed.
At least. I think someone needs to move over to OpenX here. Caitlyn actually pings off their shots. I never noticed that actually the little pinging animation of the bullet going out of the gun. I think it's the first time I've played this game for like, or maybe it's a new feature, I don't know. But I played this game for upwards of 13 years. Yeah. I've never ever noticed that before.
What's the best part, guys? John wears glasses and he's not wearing them right now.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Seeing more detail when you're half blind is very impressive, my friend.
Because if I wear my glasses, you're just going to see a white ring on my eyes. So unfortunately, I have to take an L here with my eyes. But, you know, I can see. I can do it.
Yeah,
Volk can farm here. Volk can take this Heimerdinger down if his internet wants him to win.
I will say this. That creep farm, not too bad from Kate. She's got 20 CS at this point. And that ulti coming up, I get the idea we're getting a creep farm game. Yeah, I think Aussie's taking this and going bet. Because putting down the turrets like that, he knows he doesn't have to worry about the Caitlyn. Ooh, solid damage.
Put a little bit of poke.
He knows he doesn't have to feel threatened by being pushed. He knows that this is clearly the strategy here from Hendrik, is to go for the farm as well. And so he's like, yeah, bet, I have turrets. You're not taking down my turrets. I will beat you at your own game.
Brilliant.
That's exactly it. But there is no danger here from the Heimerdinger. He's in a lot of control. He knows that there's no problem for him to just farm it out. If he can't get to the Caitlyn, he can get to the minions, and that's. We spoke about the changing of the game, Chai. We talk about how it's going to evolve, how players are going to adapt, play different champions, play different styles. We had our first ever 100 farm game in our previous game. And it looks like we're leading to our second ever 100 farm game in, what, 20 games? And yeah, that's just interesting to me that they used to go all balls to the wall, used to fight each other, used to try and get as many kills of the first turret. That's the sort of change that we saw. But now they're playing slow, they're playing more delicate. They know that this is sort of knockout phase, that they have to get wins here in order to go through. And yeah, they're just playing the farm game.
Yeah, so I think it's almost the players playing off each other, seeing how other people do it. Like, clearly these guys aren't just playing their game and going away. They're watching the stream, they're seeing how the other players go, they're invested. And it's not just invested because they want to win or they just enjoy the game. They want to understand how others are doing this, and maybe they can learn to bring it to their own games. And I think that's what we saw with the turrets. And I think that's also what we're seeing here with the creep farm. I think the players who don't feel confident about, especially seeing a lot of Matt dashing around, have decided, I'm going to go for a safe champion. I'm going to step back and try and see if I can do that. They've heard us commenting as well. Like, we've mentioned that a few times.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they're taking advice from what we're saying. I don't think that's the greatest idea. We have a man who hasn't played in like years, and one that's like an average silver player. So let's one time when I was like, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's an interesting story to see how the players are adapting. They are obviously reading. I mean, we saw Champions Band here that these players have played before, so they're actually doing their research. They know what they like. A little bit of a miscue there from Caitlyn, but you know, it's all in good fun. It's he is learning the game. He is going to go for a little bit of a fight here, but he's going to take a lot of damage. Said hides behind the minions, and this is just such a drawn-out game here. Caitlyn is in a little bit of trouble here. 12 farm down, not really in a position of power. The Heimerdinger has free range to do anything and everything he wants. He's going to take a lot of damage here. Puts down the ultimate. Can he get the kill? He does! Heimerdinger kills him under tower, takes the second kill, and Aussie goes through.
Yeah, Aussie now pushing on, getting more points for First Digital, and unfortunately Hendrik now giving away another win. He had won his first game based on a buy, or what the service that we're using is called a walkover, where the enemy player hadn't shown up, wasn't available, and so he had a win in the bag kind of thing. And I think that kind of guarantees that he's not able to get into playoffs now, but
unfortunately
still able to earn points for first net. So any of those first net points are coming out of Matt and Hendrik, the two here showing up for first net against Urban X's Damien, Tristan, and Andrew.
Yeah,
But,
GG's in the chat there for a wonderful game. Unfortunately, Caitlyn just having a little bit of internet issues, not able to really fight behind anything in any form, and just absolutely walk over from Aussie. Wasn't in any danger, and yeah, he just takes a I'm not gonna say a free dub, wasn't exactly free, but it was close enough.
I will say this, I'm seeing a little bit of an error in the League client, game disconnection issues. We're aware of a problem causing players to disconnect from their games and are investigating the problem. Thanks, Riot. Thanks, Rito.
Thanks, Riot.
So I guess that's something to look forward to. So we're going to go to just another bit of a quick video, and then we've got the next match. I think that's going to be Tristan NQ right after this. Don't go anywhere.
to a wonderful game that we have up for grabs here. It is a 2-1 to both players, and if anyone doesn't know how the Swiss bracket works, first to three you go through, but now both of them are sitting at a 2-1. So if anyone loses this game, I think they're going to a tiebreaker to be put into the playoffs
at this rate.
And yeah, neither one of them want to be in that position, so I think we might see a pretty try-hardy game, and it's got a very exciting match with Tristan versus Drip Goblin, sorry, Manq. I forget the MQ.
It's 2 letters, man. It's 2 letters.
The names. Yeah, but I got 2 brain cells, so you know it's difficult. One had to remember each letter. We did have a little bit of a chat just before we came live again, and Triton believes that Tristan has the upper hand. I'm going to give it to MQ. I do believe that he should be taking this sort of round. He's played pretty well in this tournament. Unfortunately, did get a loss, but I believe it was against Mist Raven. So you're looking at the top player there, and he's the one that I would see going at least to the semis. And just believe he does have the upper hand here with Tristan, but he's going to need to pull out his A game. He's not versing an easy opponent, and anyone who loses here, he's get put into a very dangerous situation in the tournament.
So I think we're both sitting then on opposite sides of the field again. We're both expecting the opposing player to win, and I'm here for it. Chat, if everyone wants to take a moment just to take their guess again for who's going to win. It's going to be MQ, or is it going to be Tristan going into one of our final matches of tonight? Because we still have the big event, then we have a little sort of chaser mini show match that they want to do, and then we're going into the main the main show match as we get into the picks and bans.
We saw a ban from a Timo, not a Timu.
Yes.
But you see MQ hovering over that Lux. It's an interesting pick. Also very mana hungry, but if you build like the brand built in the previous games, you can really get through it quite nicely. So it just depends on who their opponent is. I do believe Lux is a decent pick, but you have to land your abilities. Actually ends up going Malzahar. Interesting choice. Or I say go, he's just hovering it. So we have to see what Tristan's thinking about here. He's definitely running through his champion pool, wanting to know what's going to work well in this sort of 1v1 environment. And what do you think he is going to go?
I'll tell you what, I actually, I was saying that I think Tristan wins this, but MQ's in my department. I'm supposed to be rooting for him, so Team MQ, guys. Whoops. No.
Well, do you get points for being the caster, or is that cheating?
No comment. Now, Yone, I assign the points every night after the matches.
Yeah, you can just add one here and there, you know, no one's going to know. Oops. Oh, 100 points to Gryffindor.
Yone versus Gangplank. I really like this matchup because I have no idea which way this goes.
This is interesting.
25 points
I have
for
to say, this is going to be... I said the Gryffindor joke first, so damn you.
No, I saw someone in chat with casting, and I'm like, yes, casting door.
Yep.
I'll merge them.
This is going to be a fun game. We think Tristan has the upper hand just in terms of skill. He's played more, he knows more. But Goblins level 700, 54,000 points on this. They're bringing out their A game. Neither one of these players want to lose this game. You can see they really are well versed in either of these champions. We got a barrier ignite on the Yone, so he knows he doesn't need the flash. He's got that third Q to really help him gap close, as well as the ulti if he wants to play that. I don't know. I think tower dives are kind of risky at this sort of point. No one really wants to make a mistake unless they got that kill like in the bag. But Gangplank, I don't know if I like Gangplank. He's going to obviously build that Sheen first. You have to. No one will not build a Sheen first on a Gangplank.
Especially with the Dark Harvest there.
Yeah, exactly. But he needs the crit to really do much. That's what Gangplank operates on. Crit damage, and that's something you don't really get early. It's not a great way to sort of build a champion. So I'm a bit cautious of what Tristan wants to go for here, but I feel like Yone has the upper hand just in the fighting. So I'm interested to see what Tristan decides to do in this matchup.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Gangplank's barrels, do they scale off of both AP AD, or is it just AP?
Just AD. Full AD champ. The only thing that scales off AP is his ult.
What was it, his orange?
Oh, and his W, if you want to take the oranges that he eats as AP.
Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, nom, nom.
No, okay, so we're just taking a moment to get into game here while it's loading. And as much as everyone's hyping on the Andrew Matt game, this has been the game I've been looking forward to the most because yes, MQ is 80 and I'm so excited to support him here tonight, but Tristan keeps me guessing with what he's going to play next, and I wasn't expecting
I wasn't expecting Gangplank, no. I don't think either of us was expecting that at all, but I think it's an interesting choice. He does have the sustain with his W. The less health he has, the more it heals him. So it makes sense, like getting late into a fight, you know, on the back against the wall. That heal can heal like almost 200 to 300, even at level 1, with no AP or any buffs whatsoever. So it can be quite strong, but I feel like Yone just has the better kit. Yone just has the better win condition here going into this game as we finally get to start it out here. And the Sheen should come through for the Gangplank. I don't know what Yone is going to build. Maybe he goes a bit of armor because he doesn't really need damage. But most of the time when you play Yasuo or Yone, you want to go crit item because it doubles the effect of the crit item. But does end up rather going for the half-bound axe, getting the attack damage and attack speed. It allows you to get your Q more often, I believe, for both champions. And that's pretty much what he wants. He wants to spam his Q and just harass this Gangplank.
Yeah, I think we might actually end up seeing another farm game because both of these guys can clear waves, and the barrels do a lot of damage. And if he's not hitting Yone, he's still hitting the creeps. So I think we might accidentally be in for another potential push on the creep score win condition.
I think the reason why we're seeing that more often, Finger, is because it's knockout stage. It's every win matters right now, every point matters right now, and already Goblins has that third Q. He's going to go for it. The barrel does get popped. He's taking a lot of damage here.
This is a lot of damage.
Is he gonna take it? Yes, he does. The recast on the E just absolutely destroys the Gangplank, but now Goblins in a little bit of a tricky situation. No health whatsoever. If he tries to get executed now, he will die to the Gangplank because that passive really helped him. But the Gangplank needs to be able to get this kill as cleanly and as minimal damage on himself as possible here to make the second kill viable.
Yeah, I think a little bit aggressive from Tristan. I think he was expecting to be able to do a bunch more. This is really good, although that barrel's placement is really nice. I think MQ knows he's dying here, but he just wants to do as much damage as possible. He might actually get this.
So close!
So close! I think Gangplank must be absolutely terrified right now. He needs to chew those oranges. He needs to go steal every health pickup he can. Or this is match, set, and game. The moment MQ comes back with his Yone, the brother to Yasuo, the champ that I know MQ for, and I think he just goes for it. He's just gonna walk up to him. He doesn't have the level 6 though. Gangplank does, but that's so much HP gone.
Yeah, but I mean, MQ did his job there. He knew exactly what he had to do. Trade into the Gangplank as much as possible, do as much damage as he could. He knew he was dead there, but now he's put the Gangplank in such a difficult position. Yes, he can wait to spam his W, but I believe it's like a 20-second cooldown. Lovely third barrel, but it does absolutely 0 damage against this Yone. But it was lovely played. It was well played. He knows he needs to keep him low. He knows that he can get the 6, and now you can see how protective Tristan is playing here on that Gangplank. He knows that he's in a world of hurt if he gets anywhere close to that Yasuo. Yone, my apologies. As you say, in a world of hurt here, but I don't think Yone is ever going to go for a tower dive, so it looks like we're going to have to, dig our trenches, settle in for a little bit of a long war here against these two players.
Yeah, I think Yone is going to. I think Tristan, if anything, is going to be trying to bait the Yone into taking things like that, like a tower hit. But rocking those blades and just the same kind of vibe as Yasuo. I love watching Yasuo's play, and I got to be honest, I love watching a good Yone as well. And MQ confidently ahead in farm, ahead in the health bar, although that's starting to come back a little bit. I like the items a bit better for Gangplank with the Sheen, just because that still gives that nice proc, but he's never getting into melee range.
No, I don't think the Gangplank's going to allow that. But that's the great thing about the Gangplank is he does have that the orange opportunity where he can just spam his W, get his health back. It is less effective the more health he has, but that's the opportunity that he has here. Now Tristan knows that he needs to play slow. He needs to not give this Yone any time of day. He's just going to sit under his tower and wait for him. Maybe even out farm him. I say out farm him. The Yone is actually winning 10 plus farms, so maybe even NQ's happy to play this way. He is out farming him. He is doing a better way of sustaining. And yeah, if this continues the way that it continues right now, the Tristan on the Gangplank will end up losing if he doesn't get his farming up to scratch.
And I like what we're seeing here, like really just following in the footsteps of Damien's strategy earlier this evening. We have the discipline. We have Yone could be trying for extra damage, could be going for a tower dive here. They takes the barrels, good barrels, but he could be more aggressive, but he knows he's got this farm opportunity, and he's just going to take the opportunity. He's going carefully aware of that ulti, not going back into it yet. That was an opportunity for Gangplank to try and do something, but Yone knows he's not got the health bar to continue that push. Gangplank going to quickly try and do something about it, but Yone just immediately grabbing HP. Another nice barrel. I don't know, the barrels might be the downfall of Yone. If he might need to be more aggressive.
Yeah, he's not respecting the brushes, I have to say here, as the Yone. He knows that the Gangplank is a sneaky player, a sneaky type of champion. He gets a proc on that Dark Harvest, and now backs against the wall here for the Yone. I feel like he allowed the Gangplank to take a little bit, give him too much free roam in that fight previously, and now that has put him in sort of a precarious situation where maybe an auto and a Q might end his life here, but he has everything up. He has his barrier, he has his ignite, he still has his ult, but he's just holding on to it too much, and now it's just sort of dragged out, and he's just in a poor position.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for the opportunity. He's not respecting that barrel constantly, and I think he knows it, and now he's going for it. He misses the ulti. It's gone. The barrel. Good game. Doesn't finish it off. Tristan takes a lot of damage too, but that's a lot of damage to the Yone. This is an ulti, and the ulti is what, 40 seconds away for Gangplank. This is game, and there's a quick flash forward, finishes them off with the Q, and Gangplank Tristan comes out on top in a very, very that was back and forth game. The patience from Tristan to just navigate that and not give in to the panic, because there was definitely a bit of a panic going on there, as it looked like that was MQ's match, and I think it was MQ's game to lose. Truly,
it really was. That's the upsetting part here. He was in the driver's seat for most of that game, up until basically that last fight where he took, I think, a tower hit or two, and it ended his round. But he held onto his barrier, he held onto his ignite, and he held onto his ult at the worst possible times. And then obviously he had I have to go all in, I have to try and fight him here, I have to try and do something. But ends up missing his ult, not really getting a proc on his W, missing a Q as well, not too much damage on the Gangplank, and Gangplank, all he had to do was just walk up and shoot him in the face, and ended up winning the game. So honestly, as much as we can give congratulations to Tristan, those brush barrels were absolutely spot on. I don't even think he missed one, to be honest. MQ just did not respect it whatsoever, walked up and just took so much damage. But yeah, it was just MQ's game to lose there, and Gangplank will say thank you. Tristan will say thank you for the win. I'll go into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think MQ was very cautious about potentially not having a good opportunity next week to still have a playoff chance. So right now, if he goes into the playoffs next week, the round 5 Swiss stage next week, he needs to win that match, and I don't know who he's going to be playing. I might be able to give that information shortly after this next match. So we're going to go to Matt and Andrew shortly, but after that match, the system will update. It'll calculate who the matches are going to be, and MQ is going to have to win his next week match to stand a chance at a tiebreaker to get into the playoffs. He's in a very precarious situation. It's going to be very difficult. James, just a quick update on that one. James is unfortunately sick, can't make his match here tonight, so Coops is getting a free win.
He's first one.
I don't think Coops has had a chance to play. I can't remember.
He's played once. He lost that one.
But yeah, so Coop's getting the win, so AT still walking away with 2 points at least tonight from that. But we're getting settled in for the big match. The big scary boys are here to play, and I'm very excited to find out what happens. Jono, predictions, chat, predictions. Matt versus Andrew, Mist Raven versus Pix. Who's going to win this big match here? This is the pseudo-finals.
This is basically what the finals is going to look like. So, like I said, we did speak about this earlier. We don't really know what they're going to go with. If they're just going to go for a mess around match, or if they're going to actually try and actually defeat each other and, you know, get that sort of bragging rights going into the playoffs. Like, hey, I beat you. So it could be anything, but I do hope we get a try-hard game. I do hope we get our best champions, our best players, just an absolute banger of a match coming out here. But it's going to get down to what they want to play, the way they want to play, and the champions that they pick. We do see bans coming through, and it is a little bit trial bans. The Gragas, the Camille, and a TBD. I don't think we've ever heard of that champion
TBD,
before.
The Vi. Yeah. I like this. This is the Gragas,
Yes.
the Camille, the Vi. This is every single
And the
champ that
Warwick?
Matt has played tonight. Warwick, Bard, Kata.
Kata,
those are also champs we've seen do very well here in the series.
So I'm getting a try-hard vibe, because if they were not trying, they were going to say no bans, or just say we pick whatever, already pick the champions.
See how it goes.
So this I feel like we're gonna get an absolute show match here. It's two best players, brothers. They're gonna be fighting each other. They want their bragging rights. They want to be able to go in each other's room and go say, "Hey," you know. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens here. And what? Is that South Park? Yeah.
Oh no, Simpsons. But yes, anyway.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so
I'm
that's
apparently terrible.
Just ban out JD over there.
Just ban JD.
I am so ready for this. I'm edge of my seat for this entire night. I was really excited for the Tristan game. Tristan MQ. Didn't know what to expect. Absolutely did not disappoint. And here we go into the big match, the preview of the finals, as it were. And yeah, we have the pick from Matt going to Yasuo, and it's a Yasuo. No,
I believe this was spoken about
this?
before. No, they spoke about this before, and there's no ways that both players are going Yasuos. But this is going to be interesting. If we see a double Yasuo tryhard, we're going to see double ultis, a lot of spamming Qs, different builds. I want to know if they're going to swap their builds, if they're going to change it up, or if they've predetermined what they want to do in this game. And this is just going to be I'm better than Yasuo than you.
Yeah, look, if there's no better statement than to play the same champion and then walk away victorious. We've already got the lock-in from Matt. Now, Matt is a very high-ranked League of Legends player on some servers. Those shall not be named. But he's generally plays support, so the Yasuo is, like, I've seen some of the jungle champs that he played. The Yasuo is more of that mid lane assassin that we haven't seen from him, and I was not expecting, despite the fact he absolutely assassinated every player he's gone up against.
You say that, but he has destroyed everyone he's played against. Support champions like the bot do pretty well, but you won't see like a Nami or Sona or anything like that. It's just not enough damage to really, warrant the 1v1. So Andrew's going to take his time here, getting his runes up to scratch here on the Yasuo, and we are going to have a mirror match as our pseudo finals here try. I think Raven, as you say, Matt is not he's a support player. He's not a mid player. He's not a Yasuo player. So I believe just out of lane pick themselves, Andrew can win this game, just because I think he plays Yasuo a lot more than what Matt does, and he has a better skill ratio. So this is going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, and I just want to say, spot the Urban X players, because look at them. They are already loaded in and ready to go. That sounds like some good internet there, just saying. Now,
or just good PCs, so they're paid pretty well.
Yeah, I'm really grateful that they chose different skins and didn't go for the same skin. That would have been so difficult to cast. Now, for those in stream just watching, okay, so Matt is the blue Yasuo and Andrew is the red Yasuo. Hopefully
Both
that
in
helps.
skin and in what is that, health bar? Yeah.
And Andrew walking forward here, we'll see if anyone gives a good respect here, good fist bump, or if there's some BM. There's the BM.
Oh, there it is.
Who's
No respect
surprised?
between brothers. But they're actually going to go in here. Matt has the third Q. He's going to have to be worried. Yeah, Mr. Raven, W perfectly placed, and that will allow him to take this trade. Gets the knockup, gets the proc on the Grasp of the Undying, and this is very, very close here to start out with. I told you that Mr. Raven had the better upper hand going into the Yasuo, but now very, very tryhardy is this Andrew, and he's taken this trade to the bank here. He's taking control very, very early. I mean, Matt tried to BM, tried to attack him when his guard was down, and Andrew's not having any of it.
Yeah, Andrew going forward, trying to take an opportunity to get a little bit of damage down. This is quite the match that delivers here. And Andrew trying to get the stacks on the creep so he can get his Q out. But with the health bar down, I think he's just playing a little bit more safer. He's going to get the heal here and see what he can do with it. Both of them getting ready to charge up that Q. There's one going out. There's the other one going out. And I think we're settling in, maybe, before I say anything.
See, the thing is that both these champions are champions. Both these players are through. They know that there's... They're pretty mirror matching the way that they are playing. It's absolutely beautiful to watch. But now that Ignite actually ends up working for him. And Matt takes the first kill. He held onto that Ignite as long as he could, and it came in absolutely clutch in the end.
Yeah, no, that's amazing from the two of them. That was really brave, I would say, from Andrew, like confident to go in behind Matt after Matt is getting all 3 hits on that plant to get the health bar, and Matt still almost died there. Now the Ignite for the Andrew is still on cooldown, so he's going to have the benefit of that coming into this. But he also has Grasp of the Undying, so that's why we're seeing him take less damage. But in order for the Grasp of the Undying, I'm thinking of Aftershock.
Sorry.
Grasp of Undying, explain that
gives
one.
him health. So Grasp, after a certain amount of hits, I believe it's 4 hits, your next auto attack against an enemy champion gives you 5 health, max HP, and heals you a little bit.
Yeah,
and does extra damage. It's a perfect keystone.
So what we're seeing here then is the strategy game playing out as well. So less damage on Andrew. He seems to be quite happy to take those tower shots. But Matt going for the more damage, fleet footwork, getting more of those Qs down, if we're going to be entirely honest here. See if I eat my words as it gets windwall the next one.
Yeah, and the nice thing also about the Yasuo is his Q considers on hit, so you can proc the Grasp of the Undying on a Q, even when it's a ranged one, like we just saw Andrew miss over there. But yeah, I think right now, Matt's in the driving seat. He actually has a lot of opportunity here. Gets Wings Beacon Lightning and not able to really get much off of it. He does have that extra armor pen now coming through, and he's going to absolutely utilize it. Mr. Raven getting 2 of those plants for himself. A lot of damage coming out here, but still, Matt is in control here. He has that first kill. The more damage he does against Andrew here on the opposite Yasuo works in his favor every second this game goes on.
Yeah, and I feel like Matt's going to get is going to bait out the Q, maybe take a Q on the tower, get the ult from Andrew, and then Andrew's on the tower. Like, I feel like Matt is playing a lot smarter than he's had to play in previous games where he's relied on raw skill and just dominated players that weren't as good as him. And here, a little bit more evenly matched, and he's playing smarter instead of just beating down on the opponent. But the skill diff with those wind walls definitely still there.
Yeah, but Andrew needs to get a little. Mr. Raven, the red Yasuo, needs to get a little bit of a little bit of a move on here. If he allows Matt to just take him down so far low, Matt's going to come back with a lot more health, a lot more HP. He does get that perfect EQ, but now gets transported back. He's able to get that shield. Can he do a lot of damage here? He does have the extra armor pen. Mr. Raven not able to get the other Q. Tries to flash away, but doesn't work out for him. And now we have a tie game in this final round.
Yeah, no, that was really smart thinking from Andrew to do the flash Q there, expecting the wind wall, and not just that. Now he's going for that tower. The spawn time is 2 seconds. He's going for the execute.
Oh, he's giving him respect. He's giving him respect.
Yeah,
he could have ended the game there, but he wants to see a final fight here. But actually, we're not going to get it. The minions end up ending the game for him.
Oh my lord, they took it out!
And
Matt loses his first game!
He had control the whole time, but ends up going down to the minion rush on the first tower. Unfortunately, Matt loses against his brother. Andrew gets the bragging rights, and that ends this exciting game.
Well, that was, again, the towers just sneak up on you. You're not ready for them. You're not expecting them. And you're busy like, okay, cool. He's going to go for an execute. We're going to see Matt come back with more items. Andrew's going to come back with more items. We're going to see a really good, like, fight. And then tower goes down to
Tower
Winions.
goes down.
Like,
what a underachieving way to end that game. It's like... We were expecting absolute banger, and it was a banger. It really, really was. It was so close. Lovely flashes, beautiful ults. They were using their wind walls perfectly there in the fight, but unfortunately, Winions end the game, and it has to be the first tower. But it is our first tower game victory that we've seen tonight.
Yeah, tonight we've seen a lot more range on the wins, both from a early aggression to patience in the combat to the first match that we got to see with the actual first creep score win condition of the entire
tournament.
League. And so I'm just refreshing now, waiting on the update from that. So that puts Matt with 3-1, tied with Tristan with a 75% win rate. Andrew now has 100% win rate with 4-0. And then MQ, Damien, and Mo, Aussie, all having a 50% win with 2-2. Hendrik, Jan, Kuberin, and James, unfortunately, pretty much guaranteed out of the tournament, unless we have some really strange trickery.
Weird games, yeah.
But again, their tournament run is not over. We're still here on Tuesday next week, 7 p.m. again, where we're going to be duking now for more points for the departments. The Swiss stage is where it matters for the departments, and Urban X still pulling away head of the pack. JD, what do you think of that game?
Dude, it was, I think we were expecting some shenanigans to come out here. We do see the Yasuo mirror match. I think they even matched each other runes as well, because they both had Grasp of the Undying. Obviously, we weren't able to really see that, but unfortunately, we do have I keep forgetting the word to use, anticlimactic victory there for Andrew, where Matt was actually in the driver's seat. He had every opportunity to win that game, but unfortunately got pushed out, died at the most inopportune time, had too many minions on his tower, and that allows for Andrew to take that game, unfortunately for him. But if that's just a taste of what we're going to see in the finals, we're going to have a pretty good game, I have to say, because they obviously were just messing around. They weren't, they weren't playing their strongest champions, their best champions. They were just trying to one-up each other on a technical champion.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, that was a show and a half. But that will be the end of that last round. And Andrew does take a good dub, does have the bragging rights over his brother. And we've got the show match coming up next.
Yeah, so we've got the show match coming up. I think we have a small show match and then a bigger one where everyone on stream can join. And this stream's actually gone on longer than any of the others, just I think the amount of hype and obviously some of the technical difficulties, delays there. So we're going to go to a short video while we prep that for you. But just on the note of the teaser with the finals, a taste test almost. The grand finals is going to be a best of 3. The semi-finals are also a best of 3. So when those players go into, they're not immediately knocked out. We're going to see a whole lot of strategy evolution in each of those series. So if you're looking forward to that, subscribe. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this video.
everyone to a wonderful show match we've got going on here. Probably some of the best players that we've got in the tournament on show for you guys here tonight. We have Andrew and Drip Goblins facing off against Matt and Damien here, some of the favorites in the tournament. This is probably like almost like a pseudo 2v2, sort of the best 4 players we're probably going to see towards the end of this tournament really start battling it out in those best of 3s and best of 5s that we'll see seeing the next Thursday. But Tribe, it is mayhem. It is 2v2. It is first to 6 kills or first to second tower. Who do you think's taking it?
I just have to say, probably the guy, what's his name again? I know you can't say it, and it's 2 letters. No,
Why is it always the 2-letter guy that I forget? But I'm trying to remember everyone else, but not MQ, my word.
I like the all random opportunities here. There's a Kale, a Lee Sin on the side of Damien and Matt, and then a Kiana and Jax on the side of Andrew and MQ. I'm favoring Andrew and MQ because I like Jax in this pick. I like Jax a lot in this pick.
I think Jax actually just wins it just from the champion alone here. Kale, bit of a questionable decision here from Matt, but he seems to be confident going into that over the Varus and the Anivia. If I'm not mistaken, those are the 2 other champions that he had an opportunity to take. But ends up not going for that. Sticks to the Kale. Kale is a very late game scaling champion. Relies on that level 6 before he's actually viable because he's nothing until then. But does have an invulnerable ulti, does have a Lee Sin that can go all in, that he can tag and do a lot of AoE damage as well while taking none of their own. But I see the idea here. I just don't think the champions are going to be strong enough early enough to win this game.
I actually didn't see that. I saw the Kiana, so it's actually a Xayah pick, which I like even more. Kiana's great, but her ulti just goes down the other side of the lane. Who cares? The Xayah pick, though, I like it a lot. So much zoning while the Jax goes in to fight you and pick his fight. Kale Jax, very similar in the presence that they hold, in the amount like the damage output. But Kale takes forever to get there. Jax is there level 6, and even as low as level 4, which is 1 level after they get into the match. Lee Sin on Damien. I don't know if Damien plays Lee Sin, but judging by the fact that he's got a skin, I mean, skin for the win, right? That's the way this works.
Yeah. I had to disagree with you there, Try. I don't think Jax and Kale have much of the same potential. Maybe in the late game, but Jax is a very, very overbearing champion, especially considering you can just whack his spinning little lamppost and then Kale's pretty much useless for the entire fight, or at least the time that he's spinning it.
Kale's also got an ulti and vulnerable.
Yeah. There are ways that Kale can really bring herself into this fight, but only later. And for a 2v2 sort of situation like this, where it's first to 2 kills, first to the second tower, he's not going to really be viable until he has some items under his belt and has an agency in this game. But he can't just be an R button. He needs to be able to support the Lee Sin as much as possible, and there's just no way to do that until later.
I like that we're getting to see here the Xayah's got that Pora damage. Anytime she hits someone, she's going to be throwing a couple dozen Poras at them. And I didn't quite catch what the Jax is taking or what the others are. But immediately onto Kale, the one person who just cannot handle anything early on. Probably unnecessary to throw that Ignite down. MQ really just... I think it's MQ on the Xayah, just showing some bad attitude there.
yeah, that's exactly MQ on the Xayah. He's got that pop off, the poor damage, so that after some damage, it actually stacks up, and already Jax jumping on this Kale. He gets the reset on his E, does so much damage. Lee Sin CC'd into Hell and gone there, almost actually goes down. That was almost a 2-kill lead here for Team Red, and unfortunately already on the back foot here is this team that we thought is only going to be strong later and already losing early.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's not looking good. Two deaths down. I want to say 2 bloods down. 2 deaths down almost. The Lee Sin's kind of guaranteed to go down here in the next opportunity. That Jax is just gonna...
Oh, so much damage.
He's just gonna jump onto him and then a lantern slap. And we're gonna see no more Lee Sin. Although he's got a little bit more health, he's gonna try get more health here. Matt on this Kale, maybe having an idea of what to do. This is brave. The flash baiting out the tower damage. Look, I can see what what Matt and Damien are going for, I just don't see it working.
Yeah, I think they weren't expecting these sort of champions. I think these champions like perfectly counter the situation that they were going for. I mean, you get on the Jax, he's just gonna spin his lamp, and you can't really do much. You go on the Zaya, she can just R and walk away, and then stun you when she's done. So this perfectly counters what they were going for. Not to say that the Zaya and Jax don't really have any comp going here. They do work well together, but they weren't necessarily going for an idea. They just went for good champions here. And unfortunately, we're not really able to see the augments that these champions are going for. We get a how to play this hero from Matt. He gets taken so much damage. The Zaya is actually going to end up going down here. And now the Jax in this 1v2. Perfect ult, but it actually ends up feeding him to the Kayle. And Jax finds a perfect 2v1 and puts his team in the lead. 3-1.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to say, Lee Sin really coming up. Props to him there, taking down the Zaya and also doing some massive damage. The kickback from the Jax, not a bad idea, just maybe not into your poor, no health teammate. Jax, I don't think he knows that tower absolutely can still do damage to you.
He gets the execute off. How did he not take any damage in that situation? The Kayle hit him a couple times, and he doesn't end up going down.
The Lantern, my guy, he spins to win. He just didn't take any damage, and now Zaya's in trouble, taking a whole bunch of damage, having to pull out the ulti, doing some damage. I feel unnecessary at that point, but maybe a bit of panic there.
That was panic.
But Andrew just giving us a masterclass in execute, walking forward. He's got the Trinity Force. He's got Trinity Force.
What? He's got Trinity Force, bloody, he's 3.5 minutes into this game. Kayle forced to pop the ult. Jax is just going to walk out of it here, and this could be a very dangerous situation. 14 Blue, so much damage on this Jax, and somehow he gets to execute, comes back with a full bloody item. I mean, Trinity Force on a Jax is pretty much game ending here, and blue team on the back foot.
I don't even know what to say about that, because that's exactly what Kayle needs. She needs the Trinity Force. That's a great kick, and that's definitely going to get the kill. That's going to be pushing Zaya into a situation of 2v1, but Lee Sin not super healthy for someone who sat back a second ago.
That wasn't the kick out of the Yasuo, that was the jump out of the Jax trying to get onto the Kayle. Not the brightest decision. He could have rather gotten the kill on the Lee Sin and ended it there and at least get another kill, but decides to go a little bit ham and attack this Kayle, which now Zaya has put her in a bit of a tricky situation. But now Jax in full control. Is the reset. Is he going to be able to get a Kayle? Trying to poke him up, but puts himself in a dangerous situation. Jax going to go under the tower here, gets the second kill, and red team on match point, on match kill, need one more to end the game here.
Absolutely crazy stuff. The Jax walking down there, Trinity Force doing so much damage. Zaya starting to whittle away at the tower. Doesn't really mean anything, as the two players in blue are going to go forward, and they can't teleport to the tower. There's no tower to be. They're doing it anyway. They're going to go for it. I don't know if this is the right choice. The kick there out of the Lee Sin to slow down the damage, taking down one. Jax is so tanky for what his health bar is, trying his best, absolutely not getting anywhere and falling down to the 2v1. Kayle, Lee Sin trying to find a way back to the game.
Yeah, very good response there out of blue, knowing that even though the tower's going down, they can still get that teleport and get right on them when they're so very low. I think a little bit greedy there out of red team. They could have maybe tried to go for the execute as early as they could, but end up going down there. Now it's put blue team in a situation where they can actually get the kills. And now 1v2 out of the Jax. Is he going to be able to get it? There's so much damage on him. Lisa needs to follow up here, and not really able to do too much. Zaya now walking up.
She's going to try and get them, zone them out, but not doing anything. Lee Sin's going down. That's going to be the death that needs to happen. MQ doing damage. Jax taking him down, finishing them both in style, getting more kills than they need to. And Andrew and MQ taking the win, taking us to the end of the stream here tonight in fantastic style. What a game that I mean, it went from 0 to 100 in the space that it took me to say 0 to 100. It was so quick.
But as much as we can give MQ a round of applause there, I think it was all Jax. He really just carried that whole game. He really just did so much. Ooh, sorry, excuse me. So much work there to really pull red team forward. There was a sort of situation where the blue team could have won. The Lee Sin and the Kale combo were doing well. He did pop off the ult, they did a lot of AoE, but I think their focus was a little bit disparate. They weren't on the same player, and that ended up low health bars for red team, but you know, they got the kills, and that's what you need to do at the end of the day. That execute on the Jax actually ends up saving them in this last fight. They could have gone for the fight and gone for one person, but instead they're forced to go for both, and then obviously their thinking gets a little bit messed, and it's just simple for them to say, we just need to kill the Lee Sin and win the game, and that's exactly what they did.
And coming back with the Trinity Force, I don't know what to say. You have Trinity Force on Jax, you have your full...
It's done.
You don't need 6 items, you got Trinity Force. Like, just brilliant from
Full build.
Andrew.
Full build.
Starling. Yeah, full build. 3 swords, full build, 1 item.
There we go.
Andrew styling on his opponents there. MQ doing a marvelous second fiddle to Andrew's, taking us out of the stream here tonight. Matt and Damien, thank you for joining us in the show match, but you have been measured. You have been found wanting. And tonight, you have been taken down. Not once, but twice, Matt. So, everyone, thank you for joining us for tonight's stream. We're actually past JD's bedtime, so we're gonna call it here. Again, if you have not
Is that how you want to play it?
please do subscribe and catch us here next week, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. for round 5 of the Swiss stages as we get ready for Thursday's playoffs. Thank you for joining us, and good night.